Hi guys, this is your girl Wakeji Kamore and welcome to Reflections by Wakeji Kamore. Today we are going to continue with the book of Psalms, chapter 23, and we are picking it from where I left it yesterday. I left it somewhere in the middle because it was going to be way longer than I really expected it to be. So today we are picking up from verse 4, somewhere in the middle, where it says your rod and your staff. But before that, let me just read all the way from the beginning. It says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters, and he restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. So this is where we are starting today. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. All right, so what does that mean? You see, the thing is, a shepherd uses a rod to protect the sheep from predators, and also uses a staff to guide them. So God's power and guidance, even when it looks like it's harsh, disciplining, it's just correcting us, meaning it brings comfort and reassurance to me. Can you imagine if the Lord was not disciplining us and we're just doing whatever it is that we would want? We would lead ourselves to trouble. Honestly, we would just lead ourselves to death. Honestly, I believe that. If the Lord was not correcting us, disciplining us, we would lead ourselves straight to death. So, God's power and God's guidance, God disciplining, even when it looks like it's harsh, it brings me comfort and it reassures me. The other verse says, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. I feel like this is one of the verses that people like, the lines that people like in this psalm, because we tend to think that the enemies are literal enemies that are just seated there, which is, great. It could be, because clearly David's enemies were all over. And so when the Lord would just prepare a feast for David, when he would win battles, were just like literal physical enemies. So there's nothing wrong with that. We're thinking that they are actually literal enemies. But also, when he says you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies, it can mean that you have caused me to have peace in the midst of chaos. That you have given me a good paying job in the midst of joblessness. You have given me a loving family in the midst of broken, dysfunctional families that just hurt each other. You have caused my business to thrive in tough economic times. Isn't that the Lord preparing a table before me in your presence of the enemies? I think so. I really think so. The next line says, you anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. This means that God's blessings are so abundant and overflowing in my life. I'm just being completely filled with oil. It's like a jar being completely filled with oil. And oh boy, don't I know how that feels like. I really know how it feels like to be abundantly blessed and having an overwhelming blessing in life. I feel like I've experienced that before. And I think I'm continually experiencing that. The Lord just has blessed me abundantly. And my cup is always filled. My cup is always overflowing. Whether it's overflowing with joy, whether it's overflowing with, just encouragement for people, whether it's overflowing with actual, prosperity like wealth and money, whatever it overflows with, my cup is always overflowing. And I like the image of an overflowing cup, because if you're being filled and a cup is overflowing, it means that you're becoming a blessing to other people. Whatever it is that is overflowing is becoming a blessing to other people. So I guess the question there is, are you becoming a blessing to other people? Is your cup overflowing to a point where whatever is overflowing is blessing other people? Ama unachotelelea hata whatever is overflowing. Maybe unachotelelea pia hiyo ni yako. May you be blessed abundantly, and may you overflow with life, with joy, with blessings, with favor. May you just experience what it is to have your head anointed with oil and your cup overflowing. Then it says, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. This means that no matter what challenges or difficulties that I face in life, God's goodness and unfailing love will be present. It's pursuing me. It's accompanying me throughout my entire life journey. This is a declaration of faith in God's constant protection and care even during tough times. That surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Goodness is God's favor, God's, just God's goodness. And mercy means that the Lord has mercy on you, that even when you do something that is wrong, that the Lord has mercy on you, that he looks at you and says, look at this, my sheep. Look at this, my sheep. Let me have mercy on my sheep. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This means, or rather what it means for me, is that I shall abide in God's house forever. I will seek to be in God's presence, worshiping him. I will seek to actually be at God's presence. I will want to spend time with God. I want to spend time reading his word. I want to spend time worshiping God. I want to spend time speaking to him. I want to just spend time at the feet of the throne, just as if at his feet. Even if I'm just not doing anything, I am just there. That is what it means for me, that I want to dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I just want to sit there and just abide. Well, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn from Psalms chapter 23. But I challenge you to spend some more time in this chapter. See yourself as a sheep and God as your shepherd. And I promise you, you will grow a new level of trust in the Lord. You will grow a new level of trust in the Lord. Thank you so much for listening, and see you tomorrow.